Hi, love. Welcome to your Timeless Mythos reading here at Soulfire Mythos Messages. I'm so grateful you're here. Whether you're returning, welcome back, or finding me for the first time, please know you're welcome, wanted, and completely safe here with me and my guides. I'm Christina, a doctor of Chinese medicine and an intuitive channel. And today's reading is going to move through three parts. First, the myth itself, the story of the archetype who stepped forward for you. Then the deeper themes it's stirring in your life right now. And finally, your full card spread so you can see what's shifting and how this energy is unfolding in your life. The archetype arriving for you today is the Magic Paintbrush from ancient Chinese folklore, bringing the message that you are igniting something new in your life. Now, if you found this message, you can trust there is something in it for you. And because it's a collective reading, take what resonates for you. Just go ahead and leave the rest, okay? That part's for somebody else. There is something here for each and every one of us. And when something does land, like the reading to claim the energy. And if you haven't yet, subscribe. So future Mythos messages will tune in even more clearly to your frequency. Now let's take a deep breath in. And let's step back into the mythos together. There was once a poor village boy named Ma Liang who longed to paint. He had no brush, no ink, no master to provide him supplies, only the fierce ache of a dream that no one else believed in. Children mocked him, adults dismissed him. Still, he drew with sticks in the dust and traced shapes in the air with his fingers as if his body itself remembered a magic he had yet to touch. One night, Ma Liang dreamt of an old man who handed him a glowing paintbrush, a brush that pulsed with golden fire, and when he woke, the brush was in his hand. Everything he painted with that brush came to life. Fish swam off the page. Lamps he painted burst into flame. Food appeared for the hungry. His magic awakened only when he painted what was true and needed, not greedy or false desires. But magic always attracts shadow. A powerful lord heard of Ma Liang's brush and demanded he paint treasures and weapons instead. Ma Liang refused, for magic made under fear becomes destruction. The lord imprisoned him, trying to force his creative gift through threat. But Ma Liang, even as a peasant, understood something that rich lord never would. Magic created in fear cannot survive. So he painted an ocean to escape in. When the lord seized the brush and tried to bring forth a golden ship, Ma Liang painted only waves, rising, roaring waves that swallowed the lord's greed whole. Ma Liang walked free, painting life where there was lack and light where there was darkness. Because in the end, the power was never really in the brush. It was in the courage to create from your soul's truth. And that is the Ace of Wands energy of the Magic Paintbrush archetype. It's the spark, the ignition, the moment the universe places the paintbrush into your hand and asks you, will you dare to begin? The Magic Paintbrush appears as an archetype when something in you is catching fire. It's an idea, a desire, a calling, a new beginning. And it's not waiting for perfect readiness. This arrives when your heart whispers, just try. Just like Ma Liang, you probably don't have all the resources. People may underestimate you. Fear may have told you to shrink your spark. But that Ace of Wands says, the brush is already in your hand, my love. Create from truth, not pressure. Act from inspiration, not obligation. Let your fire move you. Today marks a beginning that matters. And this new beginning is calling to you in so many different ways. I've pulled a spread for us. And so here we have our Magic Paintbrush, Ace of Wands, at the center of our spread. This spark of inspiration. And I'm going to turn over here. Okay, so we have love from the Wild Mystic Oracle deck. And this is the energy underneath this reading. So as we look at the context of your creative spark is returning, let it come out. We're seeing this relates to the energy of love. It could be love for others. It could be romantic love. After all, Ace of Wands is very much a sexual, Shakti kind of energy, right? It's fire, it's passion. But as we look at the tale of Ma Liang, I think this is really more about benefiting from your own love, about bringing that spark of love into your own life in a new way, because you've been through it, love. And when we look at this folktale and the way this energy is coming forward for you today, we see someone who felt powerless, someone who felt like people couldn't see them because they couldn't, someone whom others tried to control their gifts. It's like this idea that your magic has only been allowed when it was for others' benefit. But what about you? Where do you show up in the love story of your own life? You yourself are as deserving of your love as anyone else in the universe. Are you giving it to yourself? So let's see what our clarifying cards are. This is the trash. Oh. The King of Cups is our first card. This is the Trash Panda Tarot. I wanted a little bit of whimsy to come in with this creative energy because we can take everything so seriously, can't we? And we could be really serious about this and we could talk about, oh, you haven't loved yourself enough. But like realistically, look, things are hard sometimes, okay? We go through rough periods, especially when we're recovering from overwhelming events, from life falling apart in some way. Let's have a giggle. Let's have a laugh. Let's remember that creativity and inspiration, it comes from joy. It comes from the heart. The emotion of the heart in Chinese medicine is joy. So we're seeing how can we bring joy and the spirit of play into this creative energy, into this magic, and creating from love, from what is true. And with King of Cups energy here, so we have our little raccoon, and he has set himself up a beautiful space alongside the shore. You see he's flying his rainbow kite full of inspiration and hope. There's lightning striking in the background, but he's perfectly safe toasting the world with his grape soda. Yum, yum, yum. And so we see here the Suit of Cups is all about our emotional world, and the King of Cups is the ruler. He has learned how to put himself first in a healthy way. He has learned how to navigate the storms of life. I mean, there is a storm back here, but he's not crying into his cups, is he? No, he's acknowledging there's a storm, but it's over there, right here, right now. This spot is pretty good. And I'm going to let myself enjoy what I've created. I'm going to let myself harvest the fruits of my own labor. Let's see what this next card. Oh, okay. All right, we have Knight of Pentacles. Now, this is interesting because Ace of Wands is such a fast-moving energy. And I was thinking this is going to be fast, this reading. But what we're actually seeing is a little bit of a slowdown here with the Knight of Pentacles. You can see here, we have this fellow tilling the field, okay? He's on his tractor. He's tilling the field so that he can plant. And when we see that, Pentacles is the suit of slow growth. It's what we build with intention that can last long term, but so it doesn't come in super fast the way the Suit of Wands does. This comes in a slower way. So you are creating what only you can bring into the world. This is unique to your soul. And it's important to know that the day we plant the seed is not the day we harvest the fruit. You are jumping into action, letting your inspiration spark you and drive you forward in this loving energy toward this mastery, toward receiving your own love, receiving your own magic as much as you give it to other people. And knowing that it's not all just going to shift overnight. You know, we're telling stories of mythology because these archetypal energies teach us about ourselves, teach us how our story has context. And yet, you know, we can tell a story in a flash, but in real life, things unfold over time. You are sparking something here. You are in this space of mastery and the opportunity to bring this love for yourself, for creation, to sow these seeds. And it's going to take some time to see it all come to fruition. And that's not wrong. That is perfectly right. Because things need time to ripen. We see in the cycle of the 5 elements in Taoist thought this notion, it can't be midsummer every day. The earth would burn up, right? We need our different cycles and seasons and rhythms and pace. And so we're seeing here this inspiration is sparking as we're coming into the slowest season of the year, as we're moving toward winter. So there's that opportunity to let it take time to ripen, and yet know that you are bringing this into your world. And now 3 cards actually came out for the final one. So let's see who we have here. We have the 8 of Wands in the upright, the Chariot, and the King of Swords in the upright. There's a lot of big energy out here today. 8 of Wands is about fast change, often an incoming message. But do you see how he's skipping along and he's about to go across this river? This is movement, travel, fast change. So it's interesting. Again, I was just saying it's going to be really slow. And now here comes this quick change. And I think it's a quick change in mindset. I think it's a quick change toward Chariot energy. This is setting your sights toward the destination you want to go to and doing whatever it takes to get there. Now, in this particular Chariot, we see this sweet little guy has jumped onto the back of it. Looks like somebody's RV is what I'm guessing it is. And so the Chariot energy is about my will. It's about my will to move with courage instead of fear. My will to take the first step toward the life on the horizon in the distance that is calling me forward. If I choose to use my magic for myself, not just for others, let it come out. Let it come out in your life. Let your gifts and your talents and your awesome sauce enliven your own life. And I'm not saying don't help other people, don't love other people. I hope you're not hearing that anywhere in this message. What I am saying is that it's critical that you focus enough of your inspired creative energy, your love and your passion on yourself, that you can step toward the life that is really calling you forward. There's a gift that only you have brought into this world. That's why you incarnated, my love. And there's been this feeling of coercion, of control, of not being allowed. But you are allowed. And here we see King of Swords. This King of Swords has mastered the realm of the mind, of logic, of clarity, of boundary. And I want to say here we're seeing a lot of this energy of boundaries. One of my favorite quotes is that boundaries are the distance at which I can love you and me simultaneously. If you're only loving others and using your gifts on behalf of others to the extent that it is harmful to you, that's not actually love. That's enmeshment and entanglement. That's fawning behavior that comes from our early traumas, where we learned I have to placate other people in order to be safe. But when we have mastered real boundaries, it means I am giving to you from my overflow, not from my lack. I am being generous of spirit when I have that generosity to give. And if it's not a yes for me, it's simply not a yes. It's not a fight. It's not a negotiation. If it's not a yes, it's just no. Because there is no true yes without a no. If you are not using your no right now, if you haven't been using your no in the context of your creative gifts, of your joy, your passion, your spark for life, your inner magic, then it hasn't really been yes. And in the same way that Ma Liang could only paint that which was true, that which was needed, your best creative gifts, your potential, isn't going to come forward. Even your inspiration, it doesn't come forward unless you're allowing it to be more than just a payment for temporary safety. Now I want to see, I have here 2 cards from the Moonology deck to see what we might not be seeing so far. And these came out together and we have lighten up. Okay. Hence the Trash Panda Tarot. Okay. So let's not be too heavy here. Inspiration comes with play. The divine loves to play. Spirit loves to play. And then step up and lead, my love. You have this capacity. You have 2 kings on the table and an ace of wands. You have within you a tremendous power that you just maybe haven't fully tapped yet. And I get it, it hasn't felt safe. I get it, you haven't felt like you had the space to spread out and really tap into that. But the opportunity is here to both lighten up, let your play, let your passion, let your silliness come forward and step up and lead. Now, Spirit, I'd like a little bit of clarification about the opportunity here. So we're looking at bringing our magic into the world, having this love and these healthy boundaries. And when I'm hearing step up and lead, I want to know more about this. I want to know more about what is coming into this story. We have another ace. Can you see that? Is it in that? Yes, it is. It's the Ace of Swords. Looking for one or more additional cards, please. One or more additional cards. Oh, there's one. We're going to finish through this shuffle just in case there's another that needs to come. So we're looking at this lightening up, stepping up and leading. Where's the opportunity here? Beautiful. We have the Ace of Swords, the Strength card, and the Five of Wands. Ace of Swords is new ideas. It is looking at things in a different way and having that, it's like a eureka moment, that clarity and inspiration that allows you to simply get it done, right? Ace of Wands is the spark of inspiration. Ace of Swords is the clarity to move that into action. So I know we said this, with this Pentacles energy, that it wasn't going to be the fastest thing ever, but like your initial action, like from the moment you are inspired, you need to act right now. Ignite this new thing today. This thing that has been calling you, that has been on your mind or in your heart, in your dreams, I'm hearing. It's time to take an action. One action, it doesn't have to be gigantic, just something that moves you forward. And the Strength card. Now, the traditional Strength card is a woman with her hand in a lion's mouth. And this is because she has tamed the lion, and it is not, she's tamed the beast. She has tamed the obstacle, and it isn't through heart control. It isn't through fighting or battle. This is tamed through persistence, through the quality of character, through refusing to give in just because it's scary, just because it's hard. This is about my perseverance, being too dang stubborn not to succeed. I love me a good stubborn energy. Let yourself take this step forward. Your future is calling you. The future you, the people that you are meant to inspire and to help, it is calling you forward. And we see the Five of Wands energy. It's going to be a little challenging. It's going to test you. Everything worth having is a bit of a test, right? It's, can we get out of our comfort? We die a slow death inside our comfort zone. We get smaller and smaller and smaller. It is so critical when we want to pursue our inspiration, when we want to live a big, juicy life, and particularly rebuild after the worst has happened, to allow that challenges are going to come and you are strong enough to face them. Look at the Strength card. You have everything you need to overcome the challenges that are going to show up along the way as you follow your inspiration, as you step up and lead yourself, as you become the captain of your own life. Let's take a look and see, looking for one final message from Spirit, from the universe, to close out this message today of the Magic Paintbrush of Ma Liang, who found, all right, we're taking two, who found his creative spark in truth and love. We have Artemis, the goddess of the moon in Greek mythology, as untamed. And then we have the horse as freedom. It's time for you to break through, love. Whatever reason you've been keeping yourself small, It's time to be done with it. It's not actually keeping you safe anymore. It's keeping you trapped. There's a reason it started, and it was a good reason. And sometimes our life needs to contract. Sometimes our gifts need to contract. Nothing can just perpetually grow, particularly after difficult things have happened. We need to contract and find our solid ground. But here you are with this untamed energy, moving with courage, letting go of the fear, honoring the spark that is returning to your life, to your spirit, to your hands, calling you to create. And the horse is the energy of freedom, this ability to cross great distances, to be one with this astonishing energy of magic in motion. Allow yourself to feel this freedom. Allow yourself to be absolutely uncontrollable. Be untamed. Pursue your freedom. Allow your soul's gifts to come forward with love, with belief, with tremendous clarity into your life and this world. If you want to receive the deeper energetic transmission from today's archetype, I've channeled a message for you. It's linked for you in the description box below. When you're ready, go listen to it. Let it meet you where you are. Thank you so much for being here, love. Thank you for showing up for your own story with courage and an open heart. And until next time, be gentle with yourself, okay?